I been told y'all, mad long ago, we got a whole lot of more checkmates to explore. But this one right here, this B43, Sicilian Defense, Kann Variation, wing attack, burns slow, then blows up. Let's go in, hit the like button. White pawn to E4, black pawn to C5. Classic Sicilian start, the eternal dance between center control and counterpunching. White knight to F3, black pawn to E6. Blacks with a solid Kann structure forming. White pawn to D4, black pawn takes D4. Tension breaks, open lines ahead. White knight takes D4, black pawn to A6. Blacks preparing real estate, queenside. No B5 squatter knights allowed. White knight to C3, black pawn to B5. The wing attack, blacks staking a claim on the queenside. White pawn to A3, black bishop to B7. White plays, slow down, but black looks built for this. White bishop to D3, black queen to C7. Both sides are setting up like pros. Black eyes the light squares. White castles, black knight to F6. Development harmony, it's the calm before the storm. White pawn to G3, black bishop to C5. White builds a fortress, black's bishop knocks on the door. White knight to F3, black knight to C6. Balance on the board. White pawn to B4, black bishop to E7. White's expansion looks brave, maybe too brave. White queen to E2, black knight to G4. Here comes trouble, that knight's sniffing for weaknesses. White pawn to H3, black knight to E5. White says, back up, black moves deeper, savage confidence. White bishop to F4, black knight takes F3. Check. Boom, that's the blunder. Bishop move looked slick, but that's a trap sprung clean. White queen takes F3, black knight to D4. Follow-up precision. Black's knight is posted in the center. White bishop takes C7, black knight takes F3. Check. White tries counterplay, but it's like lighting a candle in a hurricane. White king to G2, black knight to D2. Surgical. Them knights, synchronized destruction. White rook F to D1, black bishop to F6. White's trying to breathe, black just tightens the net. White rook takes D2, black bishop takes C3. Material falls. Stockfish position collapses piece by piece. White rook to E2, black bishop takes A1. Corner rook, gone, nothing but daylight left. Whole lord. White king to H2, black bishop to D4. Bishop strolls home like, mission accomplished. White pawn to E5, black pawn to H5. White's reaching, black's just flexing. White bishop to E4, black bishop takes E4. One last swap, but black keeps full control. White rook takes E4, black bishop takes F2. Black just keeps cashing in. That's highway robbery. White pawn to G4, black rook to C8. Desperation. But there's no saving this. White bishop to D6, black rook takes C2. Black's up on pieces and pressure. White pawn takes H5, black pawn to F5. It's a steamroll. White rook to F4, black bishop to E3. Check. Lining up the final strike. White king to G3, black bishop takes F4. Check. And down goes another defender. White king takes F4, black rook takes H5. The cleanup crew arrives. White king to E3, black rook takes H3. Check. Devastation. White king to D4, black rook to C4. Checkmate. That's it. AB43 Kann masterpiece. Efficient, brutal, elegant,